Latest, let's cross to our correspondent, Thomas Nicolon. He's standing by in Lima. Thomas, great to have you with us. What's the latest?
The votes are still being counted here in Peru by the Electoral Commission, and Fujimori's lead is clearly narrowing. It keeps narrowing, but she's still ahead for now. But things could still go either way because the margin is so thin. And keep in mind that votes from rural areas are still to be counted there, and votes from the Amazon region as well. And the votes from these areas tend to favor Pedro Castillo, so things could look quite different in a few hours. And there are also the votes from Peruvians overseas, and these votes tend to favor Keiko Fujimori. So it's still very hard to know what things are going to look like when all the votes are counted. About 92% of the votes have been counted already, but the margin is so thin that things could still go either way. Now, the Electoral Commission keeps updating vote counting on their website every 30 minutes.
Now, Thomas, how are people reacting to these results and, of course, this possible uncertainty that reigns?
Things are pretty calm in Lima and in the rest of the country, but tension is definitely rising. This campaign before the second round was extremely violent between the two candidates. The words that were used were very violent, and the supporters from each side obviously were kind of absorbing that tension that was apparent between the two candidates. And both candidates have said during the campaign that they would have a hard time accepting the results if they were to lose. Now, they also changed their mind and later said that they would accept the results and respect democracy, but it's still not clear what they would say, what they will say when they will know the final results of this election. And when the first official results were published, Pedro Castillo said on Twitter that he asked his supporters to go onto the streets and make sure that their will and that democracy was respected. So there is tension, and both candidates could still appeal and ask for recounts in the next few hours and the next few days, and this could also lead to more tension among the supporters. This very thin margin is clearly creating tension. And yesterday, before the Electoral Commission announced the results, there were hundreds of Castillo supporters by the Electoral Commission asking for democracy to be respected. And tension is here, and it's hard to know what things are going to look like in the streets of Peru when final results are announced. But many experts fear unrest in the next couple of days and in the next couple of weeks.